Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and once again we're checking out the Criterion Collection's new 4K releases. Today we're taking a look at a movie that's often regarded as one of the greatest cinematic achievements of all time, and that's Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. Originally released in 1941, over time this has gained a great reputation as one of the greatest films ever made, and it frequently tops greatest film lists. Whether the film deserves those accolades or not is entirely up to the viewer. I personally think it's worthy of that title. I'm going to unbox this release from Criterion, and I'm going to share my opinions on the movie, some of the bonus features, and I'll let you know how the picture quality is and if I recommend this release. It isn't a slipcover, so we got a nice close-up, big letter K for Kane, of course. There's our sides of the spine, bottom, top. So we're going to pull this out now. And Criterion certainly got a little imaginative with the packaging here. Maybe a little too much. So we start on the back here, you have the rosebud insignia there. So we got K, fold that up, and got Orson Welles in his middle age in the film there. Got A. This right here is our 4K disc containing the movie. We fold this open, we got our N. Got younger Kane right there. This, I believe, is the Blu-ray copy of the film. And then we fold this up. We got a shot of Kane running for office. Got a letter E, so it spells out Kane. And then down here we have the third Blu-ray disc. There's 3 Blu-ray discs and the 1 4K disc. The first Blu-ray is the feature film. The second 2 are just bonus features, and you got a close-up there of the snow globe from the opening scene of the film. And one thing I do want to point out on the disc that contains the film on Blu-ray, there was originally a defect when Criterion put this out where the color timing got all screwed up about 30 minutes into the movie and stays that way till the end. Luckily, Criterion caught that error, and they have fixed it with all their subsequent releases of this set. It's kind of hard to see this on film, but if you look closely on the disc, it does say second pressing. I know that print's kind of hard and you probably can't see it in this video, but at least that way they've denoted which one is the disc that you want to get. So if you do end up with a defective one, they did have a disc replacement policy. I don't know if that's still going on or not, but all the ones that are on shelves now should be the correct version. Got a quote from the film on the back of the book. Got a photo there of I believe this is supposed to be Xanadu, which is Charles Foster Kane's estate from the film. Yeah. I'll go through and show off a few pages in the book. Criterion always gives you these really good booklets with a lot of essays, photographs, information. I mean, I've learned so much just by watching the bonus features on their discs and reading these booklets. And there's a ton of stuff worth looking into here. As much as I do like imaginative packaging for home video releases, I think this is just a little too much. I really don't want to have to unfold all of these tabs every single time I want to watch the movie. And honestly, I might even put the discs in separate cases so I don't have to go through that again. Even if you've never seen Citizen Kane, you probably have a pretty good idea of what the movie's about, largely because its infamous twist ending has been parodied so many times in popular culture. Media mogul Charles Foster Kane passes away, and his final word is Rosebud. Many reporters are sent on the scene to try to find out the significance of his last word because Charles Foster Kane himself was always newsworthy. The movie largely is set in flashback as investigative journalists try to look into his past. We get to see him as a young boy and how he's separated from his parents. We see him as a young man getting kicked out of colleges, taking on the duties of a newspaper, running for office, and even being married and divorced twice. Over the course of time, of course, his life goes under a lot of unexpected twists and turns, and it certainly makes for an interesting story. But will these journalists find out what Rosebud was, or is it going to remain a mystery that dies with Charles Foster Kane? I'm not going to spoil the infamous twist ending here because, of course, it's pretty much been spoiled by popular culture anyway, but I figure there's people out there that still haven't seen the film, and I want them to get the fresh perspective. I absolutely love this film, and I think it's worthy of all of the accolades that are piled upon it over time. This had been after about a decade of films that were made with sound. You have all these film tricks that are done so well here. I mean, everything from makeup to matte paintings all comes together to just make for the perfect cinematic experience. It only runs about 2 hours, which for a story of this grand of scope is fairly short, yet it still feels very full. There's plenty of character development. The real standout, of course, is Orson Welles himself, who plays Charles Foster Kane, but in addition to directing the film and acting, he's got a pretty solid crew of other cast and crew members. One of the editors on the film was Robert Wise, who would go on to have a successful directing career of his own. Other actors in the film include Agnes Moorehead and Joseph Cotten. Cotten, of course, would become a regular collaborator of Welles over the years. And it is a shame that Orson Welles, in a lot of ways, didn't get the appreciation he deserved as a filmmaker until later in life. Of course, he would go on to make several more films, but it frequently clashed with the studios, and after Touch of Evil in the late 50s, I don't believe he ever made another American film, and everything else he did was just foreign productions for the most part. But I am happy to see that Criterion finally got the rights to this film and put it out. Picture quality on the disc, of course, looks absolutely fantastic. Citizen Kane has always been a well-respected film, so I'm glad to see that it's been properly preserved and remastered over the years. There have been many remasters and reissues of Citizen Kane, and this is easily the best of the lot, seeing it in 4K. It is one of the best-looking black and white films on the format. Even if it's not the absolute best-looking one I've ever seen, it is pretty remarkable. I think longtime film fans and lover of this movie will be happy with what they see here. My usual disclaimer, though, any screen caps you see in this video do come from the Blu-ray disc rather than the 4K itself, because I don't have the software to do 4K captures. But the Blu-ray is sourced from the same master as the 4K disc itself. There are a ton of bonus features to be had here. I just showed you there's several Blu-ray discs in addition to the 4K disc. And those are packed with features where you get to learn a lot about the movie. There are a few things that are missing from some of the older releases, but I have to say it's really a drop in the bucket in the long run, and I don't think you're going to miss too much of what's not here because the total package is actually pretty comprehensive. I think Criterion has absolutely done justice to this film, and I'm really eager to see their work on other 4K movies in the future. Have you seen Citizen Kane before? What do you think of the film if you have? If you haven't seen it, do you plan to see it? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.